This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it is 6:52. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday here in the morning sprint.
Olivia Roberts has the first round of primary election results.
But first, we'll go to Mark Peterson tracking a heat advisory in the midweek forecast.
Oh, we're there. First alert weather. Again, that app is free and available, by the way, in your app store. Smoke and winds. The winds are light. The smoke is statewide. We are going to see some slightly improving air quality today. Right now, we're unhealthy for some, and we're expecting temperatures to continue to be very hot. We're going to be at 95 again with that heat advisory in effect until tonight.
Breaking news out of Okanogan County. The Walker Creek fire is burning in the community of Wakanda, which is between Republic and Tenasket. People living in the area of Bunch Road need to be ready to evacuate. Bonaparte Road is under a level 1 evacuation notice. Last night, Okanogan County Emergency Management said the fire was pushing north. No evacuation shelter has been set up yet.
Well, the first round of primary election results are in. The top two candidates from each of these races will advance to the general election in November. Now, there are two Spokane City Council positions up for grabs. The first is for District 1. Right now, Jonathan Bingle is leading the race with 46.9% of the votes. Behind him is Nagmana Shirazi with 26.6%. Now, the next City Council position is for District 3. In this race, it's looking like Zach Sapone will likely head to the general election with about 43% of the votes. Two Spokane school board members have spots open. One position would replace current president Jarrell Haynes. Melissa Bedford is leading this race with 42% of the votes. Behind is Daryl Gefkin. Now the other spot will replace Aaron Zeinert. Right now, Kata Dean is ahead with 31% of the votes. The next batch of election results are expected at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Some more breaking news this morning. The Delta variant now accounts for more than 93% of COVID cases in the U.S. That number is even higher in certain parts of the country, including Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska, where Delta accounts for more than 98% of the cases.
A new survey finds most unvaccinated Americans believe COVID-19 vaccinations are more dangerous than the disease itself. That's the response from 53% of the unvaccinated people the Kaiser Family Foundation surveyed. 14% of the 1,500 people polled, which includes both vaccinated and unvaccinated people, said they will not get the vaccine. Unvaccinated Americans largely believe the media has exaggerated the severity of the pandemic. They're also less likely to wear masks in public.
Tokyo has reported more than 4,100 new cases of COVID-19 today. That's the highest increase since the beginning of the pandemic. At least 327 infections have been linked to the Olympic Games so far. Tokyo metropolitan area is under a coronavirus state of emergency until the end of the month.
The CDC has issued another eviction moratorium. It's the fourth one since the pandemic started. This new moratorium will keep people in their homes until October 3rd. The previous moratorium expired over the weekend, and Congress did not pass a bill to extend it. The CDC originally said it could not extend it because of a Supreme Court ruling. The agency says the slow pace of state and local governments giving out housing aid justified their decision for the new moratorium.
Another day of canceled flights for Spirit and American Airlines. Spirit had to cancel nearly 400 flights Tuesday, the third day in a row of cancellations. The problem? Bad weather, staffing shortages, and IT problems. American also dealing with cascading issues around rough weather at its Dallas hub.
SNAP serves clients outside of the city of Spokane, but the housing crisis is happening across the region. In the last few days, they've already seen a rise in applicants for rental assistance and are encouraging more people to reach out for help. As long as you live outside of the city, but in Spokane County, as well as make 80% or less of the area median income, you're on track to qualifying. SNAP's rental assistance also pays for past and future rent, lifting a burden on tenants heading into the unknown of these next couple of months. You can go through SNAP or a dispute resolution center for help with avoiding eviction. There's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the eviction moratorium, so you're encouraged to seek out rental assistance sooner rather than later.
And new this morning, a Missouri couple who pointed guns at protesters from their front yard last summer have been pardoned by Governor Mike Parson. Mark McCloskey pleaded guilty to 4th-degree assault, while his wife Patricia pleaded guilty to 2nd-degree harassment. In June, a judge gave approval to a plea deal for the McCloskeys. That deal called for the couple to individually pay fines, but the pardon removes those payments.
Well, most of the COVID-19 patients in North Idaho are at Kootenai Health. According to the hospital, of the 37 infected people that they are currently caring for, 20 of them are in critical care. The hospital said the majority of patients in the ICU have not been fully vaccinated. A statement from the chief of staff said most of the people told them they regret their decision to skip the vaccine.
And coming up next on Good Morning America, a parenting alert at the height of pool season. Experts warn a lack of swim lessons due to the pandemic may be putting more kids at risk of drowning. And to add to that, a lifeguard shortage is making those lessons harder to come by. GMA has what parents can do to help keep kids safe. We will be right back with a final check of Mark's forecast after this quick break.